Hey, good afternoon. It's Tuesday, not Monday. Feels like Monday. Doesn't it feel like Monday to you? After having the 4th of July and a celebration, it just feels like today should be a Monday, but it's not. It's Tuesday, July the 5th. Excuse me while I set my iPad here where I can see comments, I hope. It's kind of frustrating not being able to see whenever someone wants to talk to you, and so I thought I'd come on today and show you the third card that we made in class last week, and show you some of the new goodies. I particularly wanted to show you the Nourish and Flourish. I sent an email out this morning with that information about this opportunity to make a difference. And sometimes when you see these things in person, it kind of encourages you. This is a lunch kit, a lunch bag, and a little insulated. It is on in the new mini catalog. It was kind of hiding. And that's why I thought I would even mention it, because in the layout, it's a little bit hard to notice. It's on, like, not the very inside pages, but page 5 of the new July to December mini catalog. They do have a very nice layout here of the cards that you can make with this kit. It is a card kit, but it is in a lunch bag. And $3 of the proceeds go to organizations to help in food insecurity. I know here in town we have the Northeast Texas Food Bank, so I'm not sure which organization Stampin' Up will actually choose to support, but I nearly always will purchase the item. Last time it was for heart health. I don't know if it was the American Heart Association, but $3 of the sale of a particular stamp set went to that organization, such as $3 of this one will go to organizations that help food insecurity. So the card kits themselves, I was going to show them to you. You make 9 all occasion, and they say they're dry embossed cards. So I feel like when you open the cards, they're going to have some texture on them already. It comes in a cool package on the inside of your lunch bag. And thought it was everything you needed. I believe there is a stamp set. What have I done with mine? Oh, no, it's already, they're stamped for you. So all you have to do is assemble the cards. I'll go ahead and open it just to show you. I see some pretty pearls that you can use to embellish. I had not opened it yet. Getting it out of they shrink wrap this stuff. And they don't intend for it to come apart anytime soon. So the envelopes do have a pretty flap. Looks like there's 3 different colors. I was going to show you on the back of the label, usually that's where the instructions are. So let's see if that's true this time, where it kind of gives you a little bit of step-by-step for beginning card makers. You're not just out there all on your own. It shows you what you need to make the card. What, like here, dimensionals, guess what? They're included in the kit. Oh, I see the embossing part when I finish getting the rest of it out. It has dimensionals, has the pearls, but can you see the embossing on the front of this? I'm kind of waiting on my Facebook because there is a bit of a delay. That one has leaves. Here are your labels, and they're kind enough to do them in French and English. I hope I didn't order a French kit. I may have ordered a French kit by accident. Oh, well, okay. The instructions are in English. This one has the arrows. Oh, no, both are included. Whew. I was like, what am I going to do now? So, if you have friends who speak French, you could bless them with a card in their language, because it's included. How about that? You get to make 9 cards. Can you see the texture on this one? Of course, I feel like the stripes probably show up really good. So 3 different embossing themes, and then it just shows you, like, use glue dots on the back, or you can do it however you want to. All these pieces are included. I enjoy making these kits. I know you may think that's strange because I like to stamp, but sometimes having this already done just kind of takes the stress away, and they turn out really nice. They look really good. There are 2 sheets, 3 sheets, so you have more than enough pieces. Oh, and your glue dots. I have quite a collection of glue dots because they come in the paper pumpkin also. So this kit is $39, but remember, $3 of the sale goes toward organizations that deal with food insecurity. And that's a subject that a lot of us don't know much about. But through the pandemic, it really came to light. People who didn't have enough to eat. And that was an opportunity to make a difference just by donating food. But it'll be hundreds of thousands of dollars by the time all the sales are done and the money is tabulated. So that catalog goes through December 31st. You have an opportunity over the next 6 months to get that kit to make a difference. You don't have to decide today that you're going to get it, but maybe you can get it and give it to someone for Christmas. It would be a double gift. They would have a lunch bag, a really cute little lunch bag, and card kits. So let's get started on the card. This card uses the bundle Cup of Tea and the Teacup Dies. I believe it has another name. It is in the new annual catalog. Cup of Tea suite. Pretty much the whole suite. I just, you know, now Stampin' Up gives you the one number to order. And I thought I brought my annual catalog in here. Let me get it out for you and show you that you can just use one catalog number. And if you don't know where it is, I'm going to look up the name of the stamp set in the back. Cup of Tea is on page 13. So that's going to get me to the layout then for the Tea Boutique. Over on this page, usually it'll have the big title of what the suite is called, and it'll have one product number. So for $67, you get one of each of the items listed below. You get the Cup of Tea bundle, which is the stamp set and the dies. The Designer Series paper, which is 6x6 Tea Boutique, and then the Tea Boutique cards and envelopes. And I was going to show you those. This set is so pretty. It coordinates with Sweet Sorbet, Crushed Curry, Parakeet Party, Tahitian Tide, Starry Night, and Orchid Oasis. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All 5 of the new in colors. It's a cool way to get to use those new in colors. And they kind of done half the work for you by providing the opportunity to get cards and envelopes. And let me show those to you. They are so pretty, and that was the beginning step for this card, because one of the card bases has the lattice, and I don't have an envelope because I let the girls who came to the in-person class, there was an envelope that had the lattice. Oh wait, I see it on the flap. So I have one left. This card, let's see if I can figure out which one is which. Nope, I believe these are both on this one. This one is on the card base. But I didn't think I would have enough for everybody to have a card base because there are only 5, either 4 or 5 in the kit, and I expected to hopefully have more than that. I ended up only having 2, and I made 4 kits, so I was okay. That's why they got to have a fancy envelope. If you get one of these from me, it may just be in the plain envelope. So there are 5 different designs of the card bases to choose from. They kind of start out with the basic color. They're lattice, flowers, stripes, polka dots, and just a small, probably a little flower. And then the envelopes coordinate. So if you used that you could coordinate by matching up the polka dots or the stripes, or you could just go off the grid and mix it. But that's a neat start, and then the paper is gorgeous against it. So let's get these out of the way. So like I said, this one I used the card base, and they are our usual 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 cards, so that's a good thing. And the envelopes then are the size that will hold that card. But since I didn't know if I would have enough of these, in the stack of papers, there's also the piece that has the lattice. And so I cut it so that it would hide behind that label. Let me get my pieces out right here, because we're going to make that one from scratch. That I used a white card base because I was having to create my own card front. So let's go ahead and use our bone folder. So I cut my pieces of paper 1 inch by 5 1/2 to cover from side to side, and I mounted them right at the top and right at the bottom because I knew that my label was going to cover that opening in the middle. And that way I could make these pieces of paper go farther. This is 6 by 6 paper, and there were 4 sheets of each, or 6 sheets. I think there are 4 sheets of each. So, you know, I couldn't cut my usual 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. That was going to take 1 whole sheet of paper. So this layer is Orchid Oasis, and it is cut. I didn't write these down because I'd rather measure them in front of you. 2 5/8 by 5 1/2, because it goes side to side, as I call it. This ends up being a top fold card because we've done it in the horizontal position, landscape, whichever you prefer to call it. I'm going to go ahead and stick my designer series paper down, kind of contain the mess just a little bit. So you just line that up with the corner across the bottom. And I'm just going to put sticky kind of on the ends. Oops. Not wanting to roll real great. That could be user error. Hopefully my head's not in your way. Trying to do my camera up a little bit higher. I got it too low last time, and it's not ready for it to stick down yet. Okay. And our piece of designer series paper then is probably 2 3/8 by 5 1/2. It goes all the way side to side. So for this one, I'm going to run my sticky up and down the edge that way. And I'll put a little bit across the top and the bottom. So you mount it so it's matted on. It kind of has the same amount at the top and the bottom. Just like that. And it is not on dimensionals. I know, gasp. How about that? It's just layered on the front of the card because the die cut is on dimensionals. So I don't like getting my cards too high. Just a thing with me. And you just kind of line it up so it's a little bit centered over your strips of designer series paper. And see, you can't really tell that. Which card do I have? This one is the one that was the printed card front versus the one I made. That paper is so pretty. Isn't that pretty? Look at all the colors in it. Sometimes the cards get a little busy because there are so many colors in it. So take care of yourself. You know, we think of a cup of tea, this Starry Sky ink, as the fix for sore throats and when you don't feel well, upset stomachs or whatever. Make sure I have it inked evenly and go for it. I'll go ahead and clean it. This block is a little bit blue. I think it's got extra ink on it. And that label is not mounted on dimensionals. I'm gonna lay it on there for right now. I went ahead and die cut my cup, and I kind of did it backwards. On my sample cards, the Orchid Oasis was the base, and Starry Night was the accent piece. And I provided sheets of the adhesive sheets, and I accidentally put the adhesive sheet on the Orchid Oasis. Let me see here. Figure out which part of this I need and which part of it I don't. All these extra pieces need to disappear. Just disappear. Sometimes these little intricate ones don't die cut very nicely or all the way through. I think that's what's happened this time. I looked at it and I thought, oh, it's all right. It will come apart whenever I take the adhesive off, but it's not wanting to cooperate. So I may have to cut another one. I don't want to take a lot of your time sitting here fiddling with it. Now I got it going on. And once you get started with it, sometimes it'll take those little pieces out at the same time. But not so much this time. So I'll show you what I do. You just have to take your picky tool, and I just make a stack of the shrapnel. It's got sticky on the back of it, so you do have to kind of be careful what you do with it, or you're going to have little pieces stuck everywhere. Ask me how I know this. So if you just go piece by piece, you can get it to stick in a little pile, or use a piece of scratch paper to poke it out on. I don't think I have any scratch paper right here. Got a sticky note. It can become scratch paper real quickly. They're actually coming out okay. This one's stuck to my thumb. I don't want that one stuck right there. I am going to do this in your presence. Sorry if you think it's taking forever. That's the fun of live videos. So the cool thing about the dies then, I've already die cut the solid cup, and all I have to do, because I have put the adhesive on the back of my piece of Orchid Oasis is just put them together. Let me get rid of the sticky things. And I'm not having to apply glue on thin strips of designer series paper. Look at that. That's kind of pretty. And it's just a different variation of the same thing. Isn't that neat? Okay, so kind of start my layout. And I have already stamped and die cut my piece of lemon. Lemon is supposed to be good for sore throats. So let's get some adhesive on the back of the label that we had already stamped, Take Care of Yourself. And you do want it to be kind of level. And the teacup is on dimensionals. Looks like I might have been off just a little bit. Didn't notice it on the front, so I guess it's not too bad. And then the lemon, I'm going to put a die out on this end. And I probably could use a mini, but I'm just going to use the full size. Take my backing paper off. And it's mounted at a little bit of an angle. Take my backing paper off of the lemon. It can go just kind of wherever you want it. Don't want to cover my words up. And I have already tied a bow. Shorten the tails or the loops just a little bit so it's not quite so large. Then I can trim my tails. Yeah, let's make them that long. If we want them shorter, we can cut them shorter after we've mounted it. Then you use a glue dot to stick that bow on. So I like to stick the bow on it. And we'll use our piercing tool to adhere it, and it's not sticking to my finger. That's a good length for the bows. And on the inside, there was a piece of the designer series paper that you can use to decorate it. And I don't remember if I stamped a sentiment in there or not, but let me look. That one did not have one. That one just had the, because this is kind of a get well card. So there really wasn't one in the stamp set. It's just take care of yourself. Let's get together soon. Thank you for your friendship. It's tea time. There wasn't one that was appropriate for get well. So that was a demonstration of how to take a card and adapt it with the supplies on hand, instead of having to order more or go, oh, I can't do that one. We did decorate it with these gorgeous 2022-24 in color matte decorative dots. You can choose to do it in the darker color or the lighter color, and for that matter, you could probably do the Sweet Sorbet. They're hiding up underneath the label. But it's kind of all the light ones that are left now. I'm going to use the darker, and I'm going to use one of the big ones because I tend to not use those and they get left a lot. And then just so the finishing touch is the embellishment. So that is card number 3. We still have 2 more. Starry Sky was the color, one of the colors. Daffodil Delight. There was one more thing I was going to talk to you about. A product-based class that I'm having on August the 11th. we're going to use the Hope and Prayer stamp set for that class. I don't have the cards designed yet. That's what I'm going to do when I hang up from here. That class is going to be $30. You can add this stamp set on for $19, which is the price in the catalog. I will pay shipping and tax on it if you choose to add it to your class. You're going to want it because we're going to use some of these stamps on more than one card. So I'm going to need to have at least two sets for class. An email will come out, so watch your email. If you haven't signed up for my email list, there is a place here on my Facebook page, or you can message me. You can comment in the comments that you would like to be on my email list, and I'll add you. That's the best way to keep up with what's going on in my world. So this class is on Thursday, August the 11th. My regular July card class is going to be on Tuesday, July the 26th. So you might want to kind of mark your calendar. I had to change days. We had some conflicts. And then August, my regular August card class is August the 25th, which is a Thursday. So that was what I had to share with you for today. I hope you have a great day, and I'll be talking to you soon. Bye.